What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. You can see first things first on the screen, I invested in some of this Player of the Year Watkins card with the FUT Champs requirements in 2 weeks time being 8 gold cards maximum, meaning you have to have 3 silver or bronzes in the team and 7 silver on the bronzes on the bench and then 8 golds in the team. Somebody on Reddit suggested that this guy at 15,000 coins was actually ridiculously cheap. And I thought, you know what, he is ridiculously cheap and closer to the time people will probably want him. So I invested in a few of him, looking to make about 8 to 10,000 coins a man. I think I bought 6 or 7 of him altogether, but you would have seen me send one to the club because I'm actually going to be using him in the weekend league. And you're probably thinking, but NepentheZ, you said you're not playing weekend league anymore. I did and I didn't. I said that I'm going to kind of give up on the weekend league. And that was my true intent. On Friday, I played just 4 games. I was 3-1. After Saturday, which is, this is Sunday now, obviously. You're watching Saturday's gameplay. And on Saturday, I'm currently 10-5 after this stint. I got 1 DC loss in there. But the worst thing is, I was 7-1. And then I got a DC loss, 7-2. And then I just fell apart, typically on Saturday. I was chatting to A&I Skills a lot on Saturday night about like the future of FIFA and the future of FUT Champs and what we're going to do through the summer. And like ultimately, he didn't like convince me to keep playing FUT Champs, but he just reminded me like of the fact that, you know, we as content creators started to take FUT Champs way too seriously, right? Way too seriously. It started getting super competitive for me. It got me angry at the game, frustrated, you know. I would get heated on more than one occasion. I would, you know, like hit my desk and stuff, like, and just get like genuinely angry because of playing FIFA. And he reminded me that last year, this time last year, there was nothing. There was nothing. There was Divisions, which was dead. There was Draft, which at this point was also dead. And he said, like, what are you going to do on the weekend if you're not playing FUT Champs? And ultimately, for me, I actually like playing FIFA. I enjoy playing FIFA. So the answer to that was kind of like, well, I'd probably play FIFA. So if I'm going to be playing FIFA anyway, why not play FUT Champs? And don't take it so seriously. So I kind of like came to the conclusion, what I was going to do is I always set myself targets in FUT Champs. I'm always like, I want to get here, I want to get here, I want to get here. And even when I stopped playing FUT Champs, I still said I'm going to get 11 wins every week. So I get 44 wins, get, you know, silver 1, potentially gold 3 for the month if I push out extra places. And it will be like very comfortable for me and whatever, 11 wins is whatever. And again, it was that pressure that allowed me to collapse here on Saturday. The fact that I was sitting there 7-1, and then my mind state changed from I'm just going to play to 11 wins casually to, okay, I'm 7-1, let me just win 4 more games and then I'm done. And that pressure just had me collapse because the games that I lost, there was one very deserved loss, and even then I only lost it in the 90th minute. And there was a couple of games that I lost where I just really should have done better. You know, I let myself down. It's the same old story with me. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? And it genuinely is the same old story with me. So I was chatting with AA and I thought, you know what, with Team of the Season right around the corner, I'm going to want to use those Team of the Season cards. And whilst I actually believe, and I still stand by the point that right now I think it's actually quite an effective method to run Division 1, use that coins that I earn from that to do draft, save the packs of Team of the Season, run Division 1, and keep going around in that circle. I'm not, what a difference a day makes, man. I'm not quitting FUT Champs at all. What I'm going to do instead is just play until I don't want to play anymore. Stop searching and reaching for that I have to get here attitude and start having fun with it. And interestingly enough, a lot of you guys in the comment section of the video recommended to me things that I had already discussed with AA and decided that I was going to do. And one of the biggest things that I'm going to do is once Team of the Season comes out is I'm going to start building teams. So what I'll do is I'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday for videos will consist of 4 squad builders each of those squad builders I'll be taking into FUT Champs. Maybe not for all. Somebody actually said before I explain what I plan to do. Isaac Deer said, do what Fuji does and build a fun team with a new player and play like 10 games of FUT Champs with it, and just care about what you get, as there is no need for the monthlies. And I think it means just don't care what you think about. And what I said to Skills is, what I might do is build a team, play with a team of the season player in it, a brand new team of the season, not necessarily one that I've packed or anything like that, but build a team with a brand new team of the season player in it, and play 5 or 6 games. And then once I'm done with that, build another new team. Because that way it just really removes that competitive edge. And I've tried it week on week on week. I've tried building fun teams and this and that. But as Ben Conlon says, and he brings up a very valid point, he says, next year I don't think you should get any untradeable SBC players unless they will never get a high rated card. The untradables are the reason this series got so boring at times. We want to see different players in your team. And although this comment forks off in 2 directions for me, ultimately he is absolutely right. One of the biggest things that I have right now is I am always putting in those untradables because I want to use cards at the most bottom line. There's no point me using 85 Chan or 86 Chan when I've just got the 83 Chan sitting there. There's no point me in putting coins into a card that I can sell when I've got an untradable sitting there. So next year I definitely think that I don't know if I won't do any SBC players, but I will definitely tone down the number of SBC players I do, and I will definitely focus on improving the team next year, and indeed this year throughout Team of the Season, instead of just setting with the same players. Because right now I keep going back to Player of the Month Sterling, Player of the Month Son, Theo Walcott. I use Hector Bellerin instead of Carl Walker as in form. You know, I used that 83 Alonso card when there was an 85 Alonso card, and all of these extra improvements that I could have given to my my team might have seen me get an extra win here or there. Maybe not, because as you guys know, I believe team is like a very small portion of what dictates how a game plays. I do think it does have an importance in the game, but I think in general it's the player skill that is primarily the most important factor. But who knows, on those weeks where I got 27 or 28 wins, if I might have got 29 or 30 wins had I had the absolute best meta team that I could have done. So you can see here, guys, I'm 7-2 after that disconnect loss. I was 7-1, and this is when my gameplay just falls apart. I've never experienced anything like it. I was playing just really bad FIFA, and one of the things was, I'm going off on a tangent here. I will bring it all the way back around to where I was before. One of the things was, I built 2 4-1-2-1-2 teams this weekend league. I played #TAS on his channel. I started in the 4-3-2-1 on game 1, and he absolutely destroyed me. He ended up beating me 3-1, I believe. It could have been 10-1, right? He absolutely destroyed me. I made a lot of last-ditch tackles, and he missed a lot of sitters. And he said to me after the game, I said to him, like, dude, it's just really difficult for me to generate chances against you. He said it was very easy for him to defend against me because I had just one striker, so he was able to isolate him at all times and just basically snuff out any attacks I had. And so the next game against TAS, I went into a 4-1-2-1-2, and I immediately began creating far more opportunities. I held way more possession against him, I created more chances, and ultimately I still lost the game because I'm just not as good as him. But I definitely gave a much, much better account of myself in the game. So off the back of that, I came into this weekend league with 2 4-1-2-1-2 teams thinking 4-1-2-1-2 is the way forward. But what I didn't consider, and what I had only considered 15 games into this, or well, 12 games into this weekend league, is the fact that I'm not playing against #TAS 40 games in a row. In fact, it's very rare I come up against someone as good as #TAS in the weekend league. Usually once, maybe twice, sometimes as many as 3 times in a 40-game stint will I come up against someone of that level. But typically I'm coming up against other players in and around my level. So they don't know that they can just isolate my striker in a 4-3-2-1 because they don't think like that. They don't think like a pro on the most part. And it took me some time to realise that in the 4-1-2-1-2, I actually was losing more because I wasn't creating enough chances. The formation just doesn't fit my play style. So I switched back. I was 8-5 after 13 games. Obviously, there's one DC in there, but it's a loss. It doesn't matter. But at 8 and 5, I switched back to the 4-3-2-1, and I started demolishing the next two opponents, and I got to 10 and 5. So I think going forwards, one thing that I've had as an issue in general is the fact that I always take on what other people say. Oh, you know, I know Skills, when he goes into a tough game and he's leading, he switches to a 4-2-3-1. He finds it a bit more strong defensively. I know a lot of the pro players switch to the 4-2-3-1 because they find it better defensively. For me, every time I switch formations to try and get that win, to try and see that win out, I end up buckling in it and losing the game. So for me, unless there's like, if I'm running a 4-3-2-1 and I literally just can't get down the wings, at half time it might be a situation where it's like, okay, maybe this guy is able to just completely eradicate my one striker formation. Now it would be worth turning to a two striker formation. But in the instances where I'm fine with the 4-3-2-1, there was no need for me to change. It was just a waste of time and effort. And I look back on it and I regret starting this weekend league in the 4-1-2-1-2. So for the rest of this weekend league, and I don't know how many games I'm going to be able to play this weekend, but for the rest of this weekend league, I will be playing the 4-3-2-1. I will still be building two teams. But the other thing that Ben Conlon said is the untradables are the reason this series got so boring at times. And I said this about a week ago, and I'll say it again now because I saw a fair few comments in the comment section. It's okay to me, and this isn't me complaining or moaning or bitching or anything like that. It's okay to me if you're not enjoying this series anymore. I've already got way more out of this series for me personally than I ever thought I would do, and that's in like the team that I've got, the record that I've got, the videos that I've created, the great times that we've had in this series. It's already gone like above and beyond where I thought this series would go. And it's only natural that after nearly 250 episodes, people would be getting tired, and a lot of the user base that watch every video will hear a lot of the same stuff. So it's absolutely okay to me if you find this series boring or repetitive, or you're just not enjoying it anymore. I appreciate your viewership for whilst you were here, and if you decide that you no longer want to watch, or you only want to watch like the random videos where I'm packing a good player or something, I've appreciated and appreciate the time you spent on my channel and watching my series, and I hope that you'd consider to come back and check out the series at the start of FIFA 18 and see what's different and such. But at the end of the day, I know that you could get bored. My favourite content creator on YouTube is Philip DeFranco. Right now I don't miss a video of his. 3 years ago I didn't miss a video of his. And then literally out of nowhere I started not watching him every day. And then not watching him every week. And then I'd binge watch 1 week, and then I wouldn't watch for 3 weeks. And I got kind of like his content got a little bit stale for me. And then out of random circumstance, I checked back one of his videos about a year and a half ago, and I was like, damn, he is as good as I remembered he was, and I've started watching him and haven't missed a video again. So I understand that people's mindset change for what they want to see, what they think they want to see, what they think they're enjoying, and I do not hold it against you at all. If you think that this is the end of the road for you on this series, I just thank you for being here. I appreciate you for watching the series. And like I say, hopefully you'll come back at the start of FIFA 18 and enjoy another Road to Glory run. But for those of you that stay here, and for those of you that do enjoy this, thank you guys for being just absolutely amazing and supporting my journey and my dream on YouTube. But we're in a period of FIFA now where FIFA is a bit stale. It's actually lasted a lot longer than normal because of all the promos that EA have run, but waiting till Team of the Season is the biggest problem. And one of the things for me that kind of dejected me from Foot Champs, because I've just had a really strong month, right? It wasn't my best ever month in terms of win ratio, but we got Elite 5 weeks in a row, we got Elite, and then I purposely stopped at Gold 1 when I was 25 and 5. So I have no question that if I gave it my everything, I had 10 games to get 4 wins. I didn't get them because I started playing stupid teams, stupid formations, stupid tactics and stuff. But I have no doubt in my mind that if I wanted to have done, I could have got Elite every single time this month. And I haven't hit that consistency at all this year. I've had a few weekends where I've got Elite 2, and then I'd get a Gold 1, I'd get like 34 wins one week, then 29 wins the next week, then 33 wins the next week, then 28 wins the next week, and I was always up and down. But the last 5 or 6 weeks, I've been at about bang on 30 wins every single week. And so yesterday's video, I didn't sit there and think to myself, I want to stop because it's too hard or I'm not getting where I want to be, I've been the most consistent that I've ever been in FUT Champs. So with that being said, after speaking to skills, one of the things that I wanted to do was to build a team, play 4, 5, 6 games with it, with team of the season players that I don't usually use. Once I've played 5 or 6 games with that, sell that team, build a new team, play with more players. And instead of caring about getting elite or getting gold 1, just play the games. And if I finish on 28 games and 21 wins, so be it. If I finish on 15 games and 10 wins, so be it. If I finish all 40 games and get 32 wins, so be it. I'm going to stop caring about what I get as the rewards and just accept and understand and appreciate the fact that I'm getting some good rewards. And start focusing on enjoying the teams and the players in the game, because I want to play FIFA. Ultimately, I love FIFA. I want to play FIFA. And when FUT Champs is there, it's pointless playing divisions, because if I play 10 divisions games and get that 15,000 coins for winning Division 1, I could have played those 10 FUT Champs games, and even if I'd only won 7 of them, I would have got better rewards. So definitely, I'm not stopping FUT Champs. I'm just going to reassess how much I take FUT Champs competitively. And as I say, the YouTubers themselves have been the downfall of themselves. And me personally, I've been the person that's put this pressure on myself to make sure that I finish 40 games every week, all the time. And it's not necessary to do that, because you guys would enjoy the game pretty much no matter what. You know, I know at the start the rewards are very, very much worth it. The 40 games is worth it. But as we get to this stage, I've got so much in this club. I'd like the difference of me getting gold 2, gold 1 or elite 3 really doesn't mean all that much. But getting those rewards for the longevity of the series and for enjoying team of the season actually really does mean quite a lot, you know? So yeah, I'm going to just take FUT Champs. And I think I've said this a few times, taking it a little less seriously. But for Team of the Season, I genuinely am, because not only am I going to take it a little less seriously, I'm going to completely change the structure of how I make videos for the Road to Glory. It's going to become a lot of squad builders, like the previous commentator has said, like Fuji. You know, build new squads, play games, whether it's in FUT Champs on the weekend or divisions during the week. Build new squads, play with new players, play games, and have fun with the account, rather than sitting here grinding. Like, I've grinded enough already. Now it's time to enjoy and have fun and enjoy the fruits of our labour. So that discussion with AA kind of just like made me sit there and think, damn man, I was so ready on Friday. In fact, I didn't do anything Friday. I played 4 games on Friday and I played 11 games on Saturday. And now it's Sunday, it's 5 PM. I've still got 25 games to go. I'm probably not going to get through all of them. I'm not even going to try and get through all of them. I'm just going to play casually when I've got the time, instead of sitting there thinking, right, I have to give myself 6 hours to play FIFA now. So between 6 PM and midnight, it's just me playing FIFA. I've got to stop doing that. So basically, I'm going to finish this video, I'm going to upload a couple of videos, and then maybe at like 7 or 8 o'clock, I'll play a few games here or there, and I'll just see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I'm enjoying playing the game. I'm just not enjoying the stress and the grinding of FUT Champs. So I'm going to stop stressing and I'm going to stop grinding. I'm going to start playing for fun and just enjoying it. And like I say, if I get through 40 games on some weekends, just know that it's because I'm enjoying the teams that I'm using and I want to play the games. I think that would be awesome for everyone involved. GIGJS says, hi Nep, I was thinking that there could be a yearly reward for FUT Champs, because in the original FUT Champions trailer you see a reward player Royce with a whole new card, the red legend colour. So maybe it would be a waste to stop FUT Champs now. That's another thing that I actually discussed with AA. I sat there and I thought, man, imagine if they just did something at the end of the year where, like, without even telling us, like, they gave you a reward based on how many games you'd played at FUT Champs or how many wins in total you'd got in FUT Champs. And I would be gutted if I missed out on that. But yeah, there's definitely the possibility for that. Luco Comma says, as it's not far away till the usual time where FIFA usually starts to die out, I was wondering if we could be seeing different games uploaded and maybe some more collabs. PS, love your content. Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. I appreciate that. Definitely not different games on this channel. It is just going to be my Road to Glory channel, I believe, I think. However, I am streaming a lot more now on twitch.tv/NepentheZ, where I am streaming, I say other games, another game. I'm streaming PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds quite a lot. And yeah, during the dead period of FIFA, especially after Team of the Season, where the game like truly dies for about 6 weeks, I'll be streaming a lot of other games. Some League of Legends, some Diablo if you guys enjoy that, some Call of Duty, some Battlefield, some PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Like, I will be streaming other games, but in terms of uploading on this channel, I probably won't be uploading any other games. And depending on what EA do, it is very possible that towards the back end of FIFA, and I'm not talking about now or next week or anything, I'm talking about literally like the last 4 to 6 weeks, it's very possible that I'll go to uploading every other day to this channel instead of every day. Just whilst there's not a lot to do. But saying that, we don't know what there's going to be to do, because this is the first year of a game like this. EA might find a way to keep it fresh all the way up until the week before FIFA 18 comes out. Who knows? Who knows? So there's a little bit of gameplay left here, dudes. Next comment says, Alex Smith says, and he raises a very fair point. He says, I don't understand. It was only 3 days ago you were saying the draft rewards are terrible. Now you're saying they're amazing. In my opinion, just because a pack costs 15k or 25k doesn't mean that that's what they're actually worth. For example, 100k packs are worth way more, worth the coins more than 15 or 25k packs, especially during Team of the Season when rare players is all that matters. In draft, you are very unlikely to get a 100k pack, whereas in FUT Champs, you're guaranteed that. Yeah, draft may get you as much value of packs as FUT Champs with less stress, but the actual value of those packs is far greater. And that is a very fair point, dude. And something that I kind of looked at a lot recently, because of that 84 SBC and because of the marquee matchups that are offering inform rewards, there are a lot of common gold cards that are actually worth a lot of coins right now. Which is why, for me, I had some success in the 3 drafts that I played. I still subscribe to the notion that actually draft packs aren't as valuable as FUT Champs, but then again, like I say, it's about time versus stress versus cost, right? Which we discussed in the last video. But what you're saying is very, very correct. A 100k pack is just, if I had 100,000 coins worth of rare player packs, if I had 4 25k packs, 100k pack is probably worth more because it's just 24 rares. But when you look at how I've just said it, 4 25k packs will also give me 12 rares guaranteed, and it will give me 48 players guaranteed. So it depends on what common cards are Team of the Season cards and how lucky you get. Like packs, you could have 2 100k packs and make 10k a pack. You could have 1 25k pack and make 1,000,000 coins. It's all about luck, isn't it? So I do appreciate what you're saying, and I see your point completely. And my opinion changed largely on the fact that when I broke it down to time versus worth, it seemed like draft was worth it a little bit more. But what I hate about draft is that it's not my players, and the goals and games aren't going as records on my players. And for that reason alone, I said this weekend I was going to sit here and spam draft, and I just haven't. I played 1 draft because I don't really enjoy draft. There we have it. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. You will see more FUT Champs on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, depending on how many games I get through. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.